Appearances by Joan Tofteland. Fade in. Exterior LA Dodgers Ballpark, day. Hot afternoon at Dodgers Ballpark. People walking around stadium, walking up and down stairs looking for their seats. Attractive woman, 40s, sitting in her seat looking at baseball schedule. She takes a drink from her water bottle and looks around. A tall, gray-haired man, 70s, crosses over people's legs, including hers, and sits down in seat beside her. He is wearing a floppy sun hat, broken glasses that are taped with scotch tape and very pitted, making it hard to see through. His nose and forehead are white with sunscreen. He is dressed with long-sleeve shirt, taupe khakis, runners, and carrying an old dirty cloth bag. The woman looks at him from top to bottom and smiles. Man starts talking and looks straight ahead and never at woman.
It's a lovely day for a ball game.
Yes, it is quite lovely.
I wasn't much for participating in sports, but always enjoy watching them. I'm particularly a fan of baseball.
Oh, really? I enjoy baseball as well. My two sons played baseball, and I loved every minute of watching them. Actually, one still plays.
What positions did they play?
My older son was a pitcher, and my younger son plays Division I baseball. He currently plays third base, but can play any position.
Wow, third base. That's a busy corner position. He must be good.
Yes, he is pretty exceptional at that position. He is also a power hitter.
Yes, you need to be a power hitter to play baseball these days. And the pitcher?
Yes, he was a great pitcher. Strike after strike after strike.
Man fixes his hat and sleeves to assure his arms and ears and nose are being blocked from the sun. Man continues to talk and looking straight ahead.
I have a lot of problems with my skin with the sun, so I need to cover up and wear a lot of sunscreen.
Yes, the sun can be very harmful on the skin if you don't take care. It's all about prevention.
So, where are you from? You sound like you're either from Canada or Minnesota.
Woman chuckles.
You think I have an accent? I live here in Los Angeles right now, but yes, I am originally from Canada.
Yes, you have a bit of an accent. I can tell by the way you pronounce some of your words. A boat. What province are you from?
Alberta. You know where that is?
I know a place in Alberta that they call the Great Peace.
Oh my gosh, that is where I'm from. They call it the Peace Country. I can't believe you've heard of it.
Yes, that's it. Yes, I've read about it. I hear the winters can get cold and get lots of snow.
Yes, that is true. I'm of Norwegian descent, so my grandparents came from Norway and settled in the Peace Country.
Yes.
A lot of Norwegians came over and settled in Minnesota as well.
Yeah, so I've heard. The cheese slicer was invented in Norway in 1925.
The woman looks at him with big eyes.
Oh, wow. That is a pretty random thing to know about. Where are you from?
Right now I live in Palm Springs, but I'm originally from Illinois. I moved here with my parents in July 1956.
Nice. So, do you come into Los Angeles often?
No, not very often. Did you know that Canada is the biggest country in North America and was discovered in the year 1534 by Jacques Cartier?
Wow, you know some Canadian history.
Your head of state is Queen Elizabeth II.
Yes, that's right.
Canada is a beautiful country. Do you speak French?
No, I took French in high school, but no more than that. I only know a couple words.
Man looking through dirty cloth bag and pulls out transistor radio. He holds up radio to his ear and turns dial and voices on radio can be heard. People are turning around looking at man and rolling eyes. Woman shrugs her shoulders.
I enjoy listening to the play-by-play while I watch the game.
Okay, cool.
Man lifts up his radio to his ear and smiles. The sunscreen is running down into man's eyes. He takes off his glasses and rubs his eyes. He takes off his hat and uses it to try to get sunscreen out of his eyes.
It's so hot out here, and now the sunscreen is running into my eyes. It burns.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have some tissues.
The woman looks in her purse, grabs tissue, and hands it to the man.
Here you are.
Thank you. I need to have sunscreen on as my skin is sensitive to the sun.
Woman watches man wipe sunscreen out of his eyes. He squints his eyes and opens and closes them. Woman reacts by squinting her eyes.
Are you going to be okay?
Yes, I'll be fine. Thank you for the tissue.
You're welcome.
They both watch the game. Man still holding transistor up to his ear. Food vendor walking up and down stairs beside their seats.
Beer! Get your ice cold beer! Beer! Get your ice cold beer!
I've been to 148 Major League games from June 1955 until now, and my last game was Monday, August 12, 2016, against the New York Yankees. Dodgers won 8-2.
Wow, I'm just amazed with your memory and knowledge.
Man nods.
The average attendance at the Dodgers games was 46,695 in 2014.
That's incredible how you remember all these things.
I attended a Cincinnati Reds game on Friday, July 1st, Year Canada Day, 1960. They beat the Chicago Cubs 5-3.
Woman shakes her head in amazement.
That's amazing.
Did you know that for 3 decades before and after World War II, Route 66 earned the title Main Street of America because it wound through small towns across the Midwest and Southwest?
Woman looks at him again and shakes her head.
No, I didn't know that. Very interesting.
Man looks at woman's legs and body, but never her face.
I've never been married. I've always wanted to get married.
Oh, well, sometimes it's not all what it's cracked up to be. I was married and now divorced.
I've always wanted a wife and family. I would go on dates with women who were older than me all the time.
Okay, and how was that?
It was all right. I was in my 40s and they were in their 50s and 60s. I was just to a social outing and a 20-year-old woman danced with me for a couple hours, or so it seemed.
Oh, wow. 21.
You know, the church looks down on a man going out with a much younger woman.
You think so? It shouldn't matter the age.
The pastor told me that I should be with someone my own age. It really shouldn't be anyone's business but mine and hers.
Yes, I agree.
We danced cheek to cheek. I really liked her. I think she really liked me too.
Flashback. Interior lounge night. Man, dressed in white dress shirt and black dress pants and black dress shoes, sitting at bar watching young woman, who is having a drink at the bar. Young woman is dressed in low-cut, short dress and high heels. Man gets up and walks over to young woman. Jazz music playing.
Excuse me. Would you like to dance?
Young woman looks him up and down and takes a drink.
No, I don't think so.
I'm just wanting to dance. You are a beautiful young woman, and I would just love the opportunity to dance with such a beauty.
That's all you want? Is to dance?
Yes, of course.
Young woman rolls her eyes and gets up, and man reaches for her hand and leads her hand to dance floor. He holds her close and she tries to push herself back a little. Man is smiling and young woman is looking up at ceiling.
So are you married?
No.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
I've always wanted to get married.
Young woman looks at his glasses and tries not to smile and looks away.
Is that right? So, why didn't you?
I've never found a woman that wanted to marry me.
Young woman looks at man with sadness.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all I've ever wanted. Someone to take care of.
Young woman looks at him and frowns.
I would have made a great husband.
Yes, I am sure you would have.
Young woman looks at her watch.
I would have loved her with all my heart.
Man holds her tighter. Young woman tries to pull herself back from him.
I need to go now.
Oh?
Yes, I have to get home.
Shall I take you home?
No. I can take a taxi, but thanks.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. Thanks again, and good luck with your search for a wife.
Young woman turns away and walks away and out the door. Man is left on the dance floor with a look of loneliness. Present day. Exterior ballpark day.
So that was it? You didn't see her again?
No, it was just that one night. I was hoping we could have spent more time together. I think she really wanted to as well.
Oh, okay. Did you get her phone number or give her yours?
No. But if I would have had a little more time with her, I think we would have really connected.
Yes, it sounds like you could have for sure.
There is a pause in the conversation, and they both watch the game.
You know, age is just a number.
Yes, age is just a number.
Why can't a woman and a man be together and be in love despite age? I think it could have worked between her and me.
I think two people can be in love despite age. It's all what's in the heart and mind that matters. Nowadays, people get too caught up in looks.
I've always liked a pretty woman, but yes, I enjoy exploring a woman's mind.
Food vendor walking up and down.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Man holds up radio to his ear and tries to listen to baseball game.
I would go to social events for singles and hand out my card. I still do every now and then.
And? Did you get a lot of replies?
I got two. One woman was an alcoholic and told me she wouldn't be good for me. But I could have been the judge of that. Maybe she would have quit drinking if she met me.
Yes, true.
And the other was a young girl who said she would meet me in the parking lot. She didn't show up. It was all just a joke to her.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I even asked my pastor to help me find a wife. He said he couldn't help me find a wife, but could help me find the Lord. I really wanted a wife.
Yes. If you find the right person, it can be magical.
Did you know that the Concordia College girl students had no unwanted pregnancies? That's unheard of nowadays.
Woman raises her eyebrows and looks at man with look of amazement.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, every woman on campus that got pregnant wanted to keep their baby.
Well, that's a good thing.
I took a woman out on a date once. She was a very nice lady.
And how did the evening turn out?
We met at the movies and I drove her home afterwards.
Well, that sounds like a nice evening.
I drove her to her house and she told me that she had a new carpet installed and she wasn't happy with the way it was laid.
Okay. And?
I told her I could look at it for her. She didn't really want me to come into her house to take a look.
Flashback. Exterior, car outside house, night. Man and brunette woman sitting in car, and it's awkward between the two.
I'm very glad that we could go to the movie together.
Yes. Did you enjoy the movie?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Yes, but I couldn't believe how it ended.
Yes, I think I would have written it a little different myself.
There's a long pause in conversation.
I just had a new carpet laid in my house, but I'm not sure they laid it correctly.
Oh, do you want me to take a look?
She has a panicked look on her face.
No, heavens, no.
I just thought maybe I could take a look and tell you if they laid it incorrectly.
No, that's fine. Thank you. I need to go.
It would just take a moment to take a look.
Brunette woman opens car door and gets out. She looks at man before she closes door.
Will I see you again?
I don't think so. Thank you for the movie.
Are you sure you don't want me to look at your carpet?
She closes car door and walks into her house while he watches her. He puts his head down and shakes his head. Present day. Exterior, ballpark, day.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't like I was going to do anything to her. I just wanted to take a look at her carpet.
Well, maybe she just didn't quite feel comfortable with the man coming into her home.
Well, maybe. But I just wanted to look at her carpet. There was no harm in that.
No, there wasn't any harm in that. But
He pulls down his sleeves to cover arms and fixes his hat to cover his ears.
You know I can't expose my skin to the sun. That's why I have to wear sunscreen.
yes, the sunscreen is important.
He slightly raises his voice.
I just don't understand why she wouldn't let me look at her carpet.
Woman looks at him strangely. Crack of the bat and crowd cheers. He holds up radio to his ear.
The Dodgers just scored.
Yes, they did.
Yes. And did you know that Giovanni da Verdano, an Italian-born navigator sailing for France, discovered New York Bay in 1524?
No, I didn't know that.
Also, New York City served as the capital of the United States from 1785 to 1790.
Very interesting.
Man nods his head yes.
You know, my parents were hard-working people. My father owned his own garage and worked as a mechanic, and my mother was a homemaker. She stayed at home and took care of me.
That's what a lot of the mothers did in those days.
Yes, and now both parents work out of the home, leaving children to be on their own. It really is a shame.
Yes, but some have no choice. They need the income.
I believe that is why the crime rate has risen. Children have absent parents from the home. They need to have loving and nurturing parents.
Yes, I believe that as well.
Children need to learn what is right and wrong, and there is just less of that taught in the home.
I think there are a lot of parents that are just trying their best. There are a lot of single mothers out there who are giving it their all.
Man scratches his head, wipes the sweat off his forehead. He starts to raise his voice a little louder. Spectators sitting in front of them look back at man and woman. Woman looks at them and shrugs shoulders.
You know, a lot of people in the community used to say bad things about my parents.
Oh no, why?
I think they were jealous of my father making a good living.
But why would they be jealous of that?
I don't know, but I think that when people aren't happy, they like to see other people unhappy as well.
Yes, that is so true. Sad, but true.
It's not nice or fair to talk about them now that they have passed.
No, it's not.
Man takes out his wallet out of his pocket, takes out a couple pictures and shows woman.
This picture is of my parents. And this one is all three of us. I was an only child.
Woman looks at pictures.
I'm an orphan now. I don't have any other family.
Woman looks sadly at man.
But you must have some family. What about an aunt or uncle or cousins?
Yes, but they don't want to have anything to do with me.
I'm so sorry. Have you tried to contact them?
No, it's all right.
Woman looks at pictures again.
These are great pictures. I'm sure you treasure those moments.
Yes, I do. I just don't understand how people can insult them. They were the best parents anyone could ever ask for.
So at what age did you start reading so much? And how do you retain all of that information? I can't even remember the day of the week sometimes, let alone what day you remember going to a baseball game in 1956.
My parents always encouraged me to read. Wealth is knowledge, they would say.
Flashback. Interior bedroom night. Son is in his bedroom reading an encyclopedia in the dark under his covers with a flashlight. He reads every word from top of the page to the bottom. He closes book, quietly gets out of bed, lifts up his mattress only to find more encyclopedias. He grabs another encyclopedia and returns under the covers. He opens to page 1. Mother walks in and scolds son for having untidy bedroom. Son quickly tried to hide book under mattress. Bedroom is immaculate and nothing out of place. Mother sees a piece of paper on the floor and points to it. Mother also sees a book half sticking out from under the mattress. She grabs the book and throws it in the garbage.
How many times have your father and I told you that reading will get you nowhere? It's all about hard work in this world.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm so sorry. I won't let it happen again.
Son picks up paper from floor and throws it in the trash.
Take off your shirt and pants.
Please, Mother, no. I won't do it again.
Son starts to cry. Mother raises her voice.
I said, take off your clothes.
Son takes off his shirt and pants slowly. Visible signs of bruising and welts. Mother takes out her belt and strikes son on the back and back of legs. Son tries to hold the tears back. As mother strikes son, he is crying and wincing in pain.
Wait until your father gets home.
Present day.
My father was a good man, and good to me as well.
Flashback. Exterior garage, day. Son stumbles over a can in the garage. Father grabs him by the arm and shakes him furiously.
I told you to watch where you're walking. Oh, you're so incompetent. Now pick that up and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
When are you ever going to learn to do anything right? I've told you time and time again, this garage floor has to be spotless.
Yes, Father.
Every grease stain is to be gone. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Tears welling up in son's eyes as he picks up can and starts sweeping floor.
Are those tears?
No. No tears, sir.
Present day. Exterior ballpark, day.
Yes, I'm sure he was. You just remember them how they were. You know the truth about them, so don't mind what other people say.
Yes, they were very good to me.
Did your parents know you had this exceptional memory capability?
Yes. I was about 14. A special doctor came to our house and explained it to them.
Flashback. Interior living room. Day.
Your son has a case of hyperthymesia. Individuals who have it can recall weather or events on any given date in history, or recall personal details of their life on a certain date.
I'm not sure I understand.
His mind is like a running movie that never stops. He views the world in split screen, with the past constantly playing at the same time as the present.
Well, I've never heard of it. What causes it?
It could stem from a traumatic experience. Do you know if he has been traumatized in his life?
Father raises his voice slightly and looks at Psychologist and then glances over to Mother.
No, never.
Mother looks concerned and looks at Psychologist and then to Father with worried look.
No, he has never been abused.
Psychologist looks puzzled and looks at Mother and Father with concerned look.
Well, I didn't say anything about being abused.
Present day. Exterior park day.
Okay. That is so interesting that you have this memory capability. I can't even remember what happened last week, let alone 10 years ago.
They sit in silence for a moment.
This is a pretty good game, don't you think?
Man puts radio up to his ear. He waits to hear the score.
Dodgers are ahead 5-3.
Yes, they are.
Derek Jeter had 260 home runs and 1,311 RBIs in his baseball career.
Yes, Jeter had an amazing career.
You know, I was at a baseball game once and I lost my way to my car after the game. The security guard had to help me find it.
Oh no. How long did you look for it before you found it?
It was probably an hour and a half. We waited until most of the vehicles were gone out of the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
So when I went to the next game, I counted my steps from my car to the entrance. It was 263 steps.
Woman looks at man, closes her eyes and half shakes her head.
Her name was Mary.
Woman looks at man with puzzled look on her face.
Mary? Who was Mary?
The woman I took to the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she went missing.
Woman's eyes open widely as she sits straight up in her seat.
What? She went missing?
Her body has never been found. I just don't understand why she wouldn't let me look at her carpet.
Woman looks around to see if anyone is listening and turns back towards man.
Did you ever see her again after the time you dropped her off after the movie?
Flashback. Exterior, front yard, night. Man is sitting in his car watching brunette woman in her window in her house. Man walks up to the door and rings doorbell. Brunette woman answers the door with half surprise, half scared look. Present day. Exterior ballpark day.
Yes, just one more time. And I finally got to see her carpet.
Man finally makes eye contact with woman. Woman looks at man puzzled and then struck with understanding, then fear. Her eyes widen and she turns away to face the game. Fade out.